What's up, everyone? This is Jay from Revolution Radio. So today, ex-ambassador to Ukraine, Maria Yovanovitch, testified uh, to the House as part of the impeachment inquiry, and she had expressed that she was warned by many Ukrainian officials that Giuliani's team, there was about two or three of them, they wanted her out. And she was conflicted by this because she had never met these guys or Giuliani. Uh, the what she says is that many felt that they wanted her out because Giuliani was trying to get some sort of deal done. Um, she had also talked about the fact that many people in that embassy had worried about being ousted by Trump, as far as a rogue tweet, um, targeting them. That was a real big issue. She had also said that working for as many people as she's done this job for a very long time, that she has never seen a group of people so afraid of one person's Twitter account, which I found interesting. Um, but yeah, so what she says here is when they said why would Giuliani's team want her out, her exact quote is, I guess because they wanted to have business dealings in Ukraine or additional business dealings. Yovanovitch told House Intelligence Committee members, which include Republicans, quote, I didn't understand that because nobody at the embassy had ever met those two individuals, and, one of the biggest jobs of an American ambassador of the U.S. Embassy is to promote U.S. business. So, of course, if legitimate business comes to us, that's what we do. We promote U.S. business. Uh, so, yeah, obviously, she's talking about um, the shadow campaign that Giuliani was on and these dealings with Ukraine that, yes, at the moment are speculative, but let's be honest, more and more it's seeming like we know what's up. Another thing to mention today is that Andy Beshear of Kentucky won the governor's seat. At least at the time that I'm recording this video, the Secretary of State of Kentucky is declaring his victory, and yes, CNN just confirmed his victory as well. So and so did Fox. It is a pretty slim margin, and Kentucky doesn't have an automatic recount. They do have an automatic recanvassing, which is a little bit different. Recanvassing is basically like they add up all the votes and then they look to see each particular area if that adds up to those amount of votes. And if that becomes questionable, then they'll do a recount. Or the the um, what is his first name? Bevin, the guy that who's against the incumbent, if he would, you know, call for a recount, which he probably will because they always do, um, he'd have to take it to the courts, get that approved, and then they'll do a recount. But at the moment, Beshear is the winner in Kentucky, and it's interesting because last night Donald Trump was actually in Kentucky doing a rally. Rand Paul was there, and this was for Bevin. He was also in attendance. There was a lot of people. Interesting things were said. I had to disagree with a lot. Rand Paul pretty much is just kind of lost it for me. It was interesting seeing Rand Paul and Donald Trump, and it made me think, man, their fathers did so much to get them where they are, and they just, I don't know, they just dropped the ball. I mean, Ron Paul is a guy who I had a lot of respect for, and someone who, um, I may not have agreed with him, but I respected his stance on things, and he was very principled. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not really relevant anymore. But um, his son, good God, as much as I wanted to like Rand Paul through the years, and trust me, I, as a progressive, and he's on the right, and it's really hard to admire someone that different. Um, I really did actually try to find admirable qualities about him, and for a little while I was, well, I disagree with most of what he's saying, but he seems principled, kind of like his father, which that's admirable. And then he goes about dismantling the protection for whistleblowers. He says that they know their name. He's calling media to do their job. By the way, it's not media's job to oust whistleblowers. Now, it was crazy. But one thing from that Kentucky rally that Trump was at that I thought was really interesting is there was a whole bunch of people behind Trump. And I wish I knew I was going to talk about this because I would have put one of the pictures up. But anyway, behind Trump, there was a bunch of people who were wearing a shirt that said, read the, oh God, read the transcript. The whole thing, read the transcript. And I kept thinking, read the you haven't read the transcript. And look, I would love to read the transcript, but it's in a super secure computer in the White House. I mean, if that's what you guys are pushing for, I'm down. Yes, let's break it out. I just find that really weird that these are four Trump guys and they want to expose her or expose him. It's not unlike if the Democrats would have been like, we need to find the Hillary emails, like it's on that same line. It's very weird. I'm sure they're referring to the memo that Trump released that we had even learned from Alexander Vindman that those were not that memo was not word for word transcript. That there was many words missing, namely Biden and Burisma, quite a few from the transcript of the hearing that we had last week. So yeah, I would love to read the actual transcript. But anyway, in election news as well, a really interesting note, by the way, with Bevin Beshear. Um, Kentucky's was kind of a purple state for quite a while, and been deeply red. In fact, Trump won it by 30 points a couple years ago. So Beshear winning is a surprise. It's kind of a shocker. But one of the early things that is being reported as to why Bevin lost is because he was too much like Trump. That's got to have a lot of strategists tonight thinking about that. Bevin had attached himself more to Trump than almost any other politician. Outside of, Lindsey Graham's lips, Bevin was right there. And maybe that's not working as well as I thought it was. Really interesting note on that. Also, we're talking about the elections tonight, and I'm sure we'll probably get into them a little bit more tomorrow. Virginia, deeply red. We did have the great Richard Ojeda from Virginia doing some amazing work, but Virginia has lost the House. It is now Democrat. The Senate is up in the air, and they have a governor. Virginia might be a blue state before the night's over, which is crazy. And there again, there was a lot of people who said, look, Donald Trump promised us populism and did not give it to us. And, I mean, Virginians apparently, fool me once kind of people, and that's interesting. That's really interesting and cool, honestly. I wish more people were like that. We would have only had one term of Barack Obama. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. If there was anything that you wanted to add, please let me know in the comment section. I appreciate it. Everyone on Spotify, you guys are great. Please like, subscribe, all that stupid stuff. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Have a great evening.